I read somewhere you can't go home again.
Where? Not the game manual, I hope. Did we screw up again?
Welcome back to Darkened Skye, where last time we completed the second level of the game and rounded the halfway point, I believe. Still haven't completed it, so I can't be sure. Also, last time I was sick, but this time I'm really sick. So it might seem like I'm trying to fulfill the prophecy from last time and force out the last few viewers who actually are sticking with me here. But in actuality, it's because we're in Skye's relatively low-impact homeworld of Linlora. It's going to be a relatively short and easy episode. I think I can manage it even in this state. I believe we were just dropped a hint in the notebook to go visit Ganesh, as we usually do in Linlora. But rather than that, I want to visit the market square. Got some new friends, and my old favorite character. Pointing my cursor at him now. But let's meet the new guys first. We got this creature. Let's see what his deal is. He's going to be exceedingly important. Way too important for my taste, in fact.
You smarty smart person. Buy Jewel from Master Gem Cutter.
Actually, I was just hoping to dish a little.
You not I know you person. No. Nothing say to you. No. Gems from Master Cutters.
Yes, indeed. He looks the faintest bit like Ebe, who is gone missing. But he's got a real annoying speech pattern that is consistent with his species, of whom we're going to be meeting a lot more. But not right now.
A regular customer! How did that blag whistle work out?
Like a charm.
A shrill, ear-piercing, brain-destroying charm.
Tell me about some of your wares.
A barragon can be heard for 7 miles. Judo is a joy to learn. Fiber forks come in many keys.
The joys of fantasy naming is that you can just put syllables together and suddenly they make sense. Even if they're completely unpronounceable, I don't even have any clue what he was saying there. Anyway, my favorite guy.
Unsightly age lines getting you down. Want to turn back the march of time? Well, now you can with Mask. Mask fits over your real face, forming a subtle new layer of skin as smooth as a baby's behind. Don't just wish wrinkles away, hide them with Mask from Blemco.
Oh, brilliant. There it is now. I'll take 2.
Check with me whenever you're passing through. I always have new things for sale or trade.
Okay, we can't actually buy anything from him. And if we continue to talk to him, he will cycle through his sales pitches for the previous items that we also did not buy. He's a little outside of our price range, but he does have this new device it'll tell us about.
The finest bidimensionalizer money can buy. It'll flatten anything. Go ahead, give it a spin.
I also can't tell what he called this thing, but its use is pretty obvious. We don't have anything to smash with it yet, though. So, the other new character.
Numismatist? Philatelist?
Hey, Chester, you want to get fresh with me? Just bring it on.
It means stamp collecting.
I knew that.
So what is it that you collect?
The skulls of obnoxious salespeople.
Right. Have a nice day.
Well, both of our characters were surprisingly rude and threatening there. Let's, maybe apologize to the little guy.
Collectibles. I do accept collectible items in trade.
Well, not really apologize, but we did make him talk over his own background voice quote. Anyway, we'll deal with these guys later. After another long cutscene from Ganesh. Not the last we're going to get in this video. Not by a long shot.
Over here! Just having a wee spot of rest. Yes, balances the humors, limbers the bones. Oh, good news! The green stone has been cut to shape successfully. You must retrieve it from the Zogles.
The Zogles?
Master jewelers and gem cutters. They'll give you the key to their secret realm where the prism stone awaits. But first, You must win their trust.
How?
The Zogles are an ancient people with a time-honored tradition of exchanging gifts before business deals. Look over there.
Whoa. What is this? Cannon shot?
I call it the eternal present. It was given me by my grandmother and by her grandmother before her. It will give forever in an endless cycle.
It's a fruitcake. It's a dessert. No, it's a structural reinforcement. No, it's a...
That item is priceless. Ask any merchant you meet. Priceless!
As in, unable to fetch a price?
So it seems like Ganesh is out of the portents of doom business and into the ridiculous silliness business that every other character in this game has been wallowing in so far. And what she gave us is literally a fruitcake. Yeah. Fruitcake jokes. Sort of things we all didn't get when we watched cartoons in the 90s. I certainly didn't, at least. I didn't see a fruitcake until I was like 25. And we've got our second prism, which you would think would be 2/3 of the way there, but we're about halfway to getting the green prism as well. Now, she also mentioned that the Zogles need a gift in order to trust us. You can imagine that our new item is probably that gift, but let's see what the other characters think about it.
Get your fruitcake? Ooh, begone, foul blasphemy! I banish ye to the stinking pits of Arg from whence ye came.
They don't like it very much. Big shocker.
Someone's giving you a fruitcake, huh? I'm sorry, but we don't sell anything to help with that.
Nope, not one bit.
Fruitcake! Put that thing away before you hurt someone!
Truly, the greatest horror of all time. I assume. I still don't really know what a fruitcake is, and I hope never to know.
Here, it's from Ganesh.
Gifty! Woo, yaya! Gifty good! Yes, you friend of Ganesh too! You earn Zoggle trust. Yes.
So now we can dish a little?
Yes. Here. A little dish. Numbered limited edition series with certificate of authenticity. Prized by collectors.
Trash collectors.
So we traded one horrible item for another horrible item. They're a little unfair about this item, though. It's a plate. It's like a little ceramic disc. It's not the end of the world. But that's the way they're gonna treat it. Let's see if we can get an apology from this guy for his terrible gift, maybe?
I'm with Ganesh and the rebels. I need the key to the Zogle's secret hideout.
E flat.
Beg pardon?
You ask key to hideout. Yes. Answer E flat.
No, just a kind of meaningless tip. Sure, it'll make sense eventually, because this game is not exactly too terribly high-minded. Recording this on 420. And our limited edition plate is the most hideous thing that Skye has ever seen. That seems like an exaggeration. She's been at death's door hundreds of times, but I guess this plate is that much worse. And no one cares about the plate, despite its horror. Despite the fact that it is apparently even worse than a fruitcake. But one guy cares about the plate.
This item has no value. It has negative value. It takes away value from anything it comes near. Oh, but wait. My wife's mother's birthday. It's perfect. I'll give you a Herulian copper ingot for it.
Mother-in-law jokes. Perfect. I hope you meant to tune into Nicktoons today, because that's what we're watching, with all this insane character design, ridiculous fetch quest. Anyway. Got a copper ingot, a Herulian copper ingot, not to be confused with any other word that's spelled similarly. There's no link to that whatsoever.
A fine copper ingot, but I accept only minted coins.
Fair, fair. So, now we get to use our smasher.
I think I've phrased a coin, to coin a phrase.
That is a very liberal use of the word phrase, but, yeah, vaguely clever. Somehow managed to make the animation for using the smasher more boring than really anything else we've been doing here, but we got a coin.
Ah, a Rulian half farthing. Not bad. Just about the price of a vibrafork. What do you say?
Lay it on me.
Take your choice.
Tuning forks. Haven't seen one of those in quite a long time. But now we have 3.
Hey, one to a customer.
But only one at a time. Ah, well. So, F sharp. That doesn't ring a bell. Doesn't ring at all at the moment. But maybe we could make it ring a bell if we put it in the smasher. Smasher solves everything.
The finest bidimensionalizer.
Unless we don't use it properly. There we go.
This instrument's gone flat.
That actually knocks the tone of the tuning fork down by 1 note. 1 half note, really. So we've got an F note. And now we're just gonna ship this off to where we last saw a tuning fork. Oh, so many years ago. All the way back here in the obnoxious platforming area. But we've seen worse platforming. I can deal with this. And we also need a spell that we've gotten in the meantime because we traded our lampfish away for nothing. Shadow Vision. And hopefully that's the last time I humiliate myself by falling. This being very easy compared to most of the platforming I've done. And here we go. Simple as that. But I intentionally brought the wrong tuning fork, as everyone probably noticed, so as to show off that there's a new note and a bad sound effect if we do that. So, be right back with the correct tuning fork. And we're back with the correct E-flat tuning fork. Wasn't gonna make you watch that, of course. Already started this video off on a sour note. Har har. There we go, we finally have access to this door. Now this is going to lead us to the Zogel homeworld, where we're going to enjoy the bulk of the gameplay for this video. And it's certainly a thing. It's going to be action-packed as soon as I trigger this cutscene.
Greetings. Is this the headquarters of the master stonecutters called the Zogels?
Headquarters down, far below. Stranger must ride Squelk or get lost, Biggie Big.
Gotcha. So, can I borrow your squelk?
Borrow, no. Rent, yes. You'd maybe reach many gemstones for Zogel. Price of Squelk rental, 1 full bag of gemstones.
So I fill the sack with gems and we're even.
You so smarty smart. All happy me.
So our actual task for today is a collectathon with an on-rails, unstoppable beast that we have to carefully guide through an obstacle course while collecting gems and mushrooms so that we don't die. Now, if we switch to the gems in the inventory, we can see that each one is worth 2% progress, so we need 50. Now the paths start to branch, and the controls are awful. There's plenty more than 50 gems, but they are spread out across multiple paths, such that it may or may not be possible to get all 50 in a single pass of the course. Which is to say, we are probably going to have to loop around and do this multiple times, if I somehow manage to not die the entire way through. We're actually making pretty good progress. This goes pretty quickly, because you can't stop. But as soon as you start taking damage, it can add up very quickly. Tapping a wall can either do the most unnoticeable sliver of damage, or near lethal damage. And sometimes our friend, I was gonna say he doesn't like to jump, he also sometimes pinballs against the walls to his demise. So that's a failure. Try that again. Helps to arch the camera down a little bit. I actually didn't figure that out for the entirety of my original successful run of this thing. Oh. Horrible death scream of the Tauntaun. But not our concern, because it didn't technically happen. So this can get very, very frustrating very quickly. But I've had a lot of practice with it. I'm relatively confident in my ability to actually complete it. I've done it before. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, that can go wrong. That's a trap. They want you to arc back and forth between those, but the angle on the return is just enough that you're going to hit the rock unless you turn very, very early. So I'll remember to do that. Oh, and the death pits, they're going to get a lot more devious as we get further into the course. For now, though, they're actually exuding light so as to mark their location. Overall, not too crazy, but it outstays its welcome. I found this path to be the easiest. It's the one I'm by far the most practiced with. So, if this gets too boring, takes too many tries, I will have to switch it up. But hopefully that doesn't happen. Pass another pile of corpses. We are apparently not the first person to attempt to reach the Zogles halfway and fail. Should be piles of dead, I forget what these big guys are called, something like squinks. Dead fantasy creatures. But anyway, this is another needlessly difficult segment in what you would assume would be a kid's game, since it's about candy. That is the most logical assumption, of course, that a game that's trying to sell people Skittles would be trying to sell them to kids. Because that's sort of the terrifying, underhanded tactic that corporations enjoy. Moving unhealthy products to the most vulnerable to their effects. But in actuality, Darkened Skye was intended for adults. Not mature adults, obviously, but the over 20 crowd specifically. Because that's exactly the crowd that was not buying Skittles. The purchase rate in that age group had dropped off precipitously, and the Mars Corporation was not pleased with that fact. So one of their assignments in making this game was to make it appeal to jaded, cynical youths who were entering adulthood. And yeah, you can sort of see that in the end. It's probably the single main reason that everything is so bizarre. The fact that they were playing so against type by not marketing this to kids may well be the only example of a branded game of this sort with no actual thought to the brand's typical target. Those were most of the words, I assume. I'm a little bit distracted by this death trip. I believe there's a very slight delay in my gameplay as compared to the recording. Oh, I desperately did not want to show it off, but those little gaps are lethal. So this time I'm actually going to cut ahead, because you've seen enough, and this is getting tedious. Ah, kidding me. And also, what in the world just happened? Okay, I think we're right about back to where I left off. Yeah. Those two black gaps in the pathway are the #1 cause of death in my attempts at this thing. Despite the fact that everything up to that point is also insanely dangerous. Those two spots, I could just never ever see them, and I would get there and I would forget every single time and die. It was a nightmare. And I'll probably leave in that death where I flipped my ride, because that was kind of silly. But anyway, I talked about how this game was so weird because it went for the wrong audience. Might also be weird because it was heavily developed in Ukraine by Ukrainians. Most likely as a cost-cutting measure. I literally just found that fact out, but it explains a lot. There we go, 100%. Now we just gotta survive until we meet some Zogles, which I think is just up ahead.
Sack all fully full. Yes, yes, all pay up good, you.
So where are the other Zogles? I think they've got a little something from me.
Yes, yes, we do masterful job. Do say so ourselvy selves. And we do!
Thank you, most skillful Zogles. I will take the prism to Ganish now. I am sure she will be
Delighted.
That's a pretty good Ganish impression there, Skye. Or whatever that was supposed to be.
Now, all that remains is the tricky task of re-enchanting the stone. Let me worry about that for now. As for your worries, let us see where your travels will take you next. Stone Heath, ancient realm of earth and stone. Long has it been since the Free of Spirit cavorted across those green hills. If your wits can survive the tests of Stone Heath, young sapling, then you're well on your way to completing your quest. No rest. Journey on, journey on.
And it is a great relief to be done with the Zogles and that on-rails segment. Next time, we will enter a new level, and I hopefully won't be sick for it. See you then.